Hi, everybody. This is Jerry Gerritsen Tabia Law. I'm going to be talking about today this idea of getting a green card and can I just go do it by myself as a layperson, or do I have to hire an immigration attorney? And we're going to talk about that shortly. So stay tuned. Please stay throughout the whole video here. And I got some important stuff at the end, but you don't want to miss it. It's good information. You want to stay on through the whole thing. All right. Thank you so much. See you in a little bit. Hi, my name is Jerry Gerritsen Tabia Law. We're going to talk about getting a green card today. And can you do it? Can a layperson competently get it themselves, or do they have to have a lawyer help them? Okay, so let's talk about that today. Before we do that, please go ahead and subscribe, like if you like, and hit the notification, the little bell right there, so that you could be notified of future videos. Also, what I want to say is, if you go to the bottom of this video, you'll see where you can get a free half-hour consultation with me, and you can talk about anything you want as far as immigration is concerned. And we can all answer. We'll get on a Zoom call, or if the Zoom doesn't work, it'll be a telephone call. And anyways, we can take care of you and get your questions answered. All right. So let me be your guide to the immigration world. Let me be your resource. And again, stay on this whole video. Don't click out. Don't click around. At the end, I want to give some especially important information, so you're going to want to stay tuned. All right, so let's talk about the green card. Can I just do it myself? The answer is, yeah, you can. You don't have to have an attorney. Now, immigration law can get there. It does get complicated, and it depends where you're at. If you're just looking, of course, we're talking about green cards, so I'll just stay on that subject of green card. What's a green card? It's a legal permanent resident. It's a status that a person can stay here in perpetuity, right? You're not a citizen. Okay, that's the next step up. That's a final step. But a green card holder, you have all kinds of opportunities. You have all kinds of rights in this country to work, to stay here without having to renew. Now, the green card itself is either going to be a 2-year or 10-year, and that the card itself will have to be renewed, but it doesn't affect your status. So in other words, if you get the legal permanent resident status, you don't have to ever update or get a new green card. You'll get your first green card. And I'm talking about the 10-year. The 2 years difference, the conditional legal permanent resident, that's something different. But as far as your 10-year, your normal green card, your status never ends. Okay. Now, unless you commit a crime or something like that and you get removed from the country, that's different. Okay. But I'm just generally speaking, once you get your green card, that status stays. Now, kind of like a driver's license, your green card does expire, right? But it doesn't mean that you don't know how to drive no more, right? Or let me do it this way: your passport. Okay, your passport does expire. Generally, they're for 10 years. I'm an American passport. When your passport expires, you don't stop becoming a U.S. citizen. You're still a U.S. citizen. It's just that now you're gonna have a hard time leaving and coming back in the country because you don't have your passport, right? So it's kind of the same way with the green card. When the green card expires, you don't stop being a legal permanent resident. It's just now more difficult to go in and out of the country. So you're going to want to renew it. So you got the proof to the border officials that you're a legal permanent resident and the green card's your proof. Okay. So can I just do this myself? Yes, you can. And what you do, it depends what it is. If it's consular processing where you're in another country, you're not here yet, then you go to the website. You're going to be dealing with the Department of State, and you're filling out the paperwork, the DS-260, and you're doing everything that you can do this online. And then generally you're going to have an interview where you go to the local consulate in whichever country you're in, and if you pass the interview, then they stamp your passport and you're coming to America. If you're here in this country already on a different visa or some other different status, and you want to adjust your status to a green card, you could do that. And you just go online, and you're going to be filling out the I-485 and other documents, depending upon what your needs are. But the idea is you don't need an attorney. Now, things get complicated. So oftentimes people will use an attorney because they are fearful about getting rejected, or they don't know how to fill out the form correctly. They want help with the interview. They want people to give them tips on or let them know what's going to happen at the interview, so they'll be better prepared to face the interview. And oftentimes they don't have a lot of time to research and do this stuff themselves, so it's easier just to hire an attorney. So before we finish today, and I have one more thing to say, is please subscribe. Go ahead and hit the little bell so that you can be notified of future videos like this, and then like it if you like this video. And then, of course, you get the half-hour free consultation below. Go ahead and click the Calendly. What you'll do on that is you'll see my schedule. You'll be able to go in there and pick a day and time that works for you, and we'll either have a Zoom call or be on the telephone. All right, so go ahead and do that. Now, the last thing I want to say is this. Be careful. All right, I'm a U.S. immigration attorney. If you do this on your own, be careful that you're covering all your bases. Okay, because there's a lot of things that are in play. Okay, again, you can file it and do it yourself. However, you want to make sure that you understand what the situation is. If you've come over illegally, you're going to have a real tough time getting a green card unless you go asylum or it's not going to work, right? That's one of the first items that the government looks at is what's your status and how did you get here and was it legal? You're going to have to look at do you have a criminal background, right? That's going to enter into it. Are you sick? Do you have some kind of disease? So there's different things that are going to affect your situation. Now, when you start filling out the form, either the Department of State, the 260, DS 260, or if you're going to adjust status, you're filling out the I-485, you're going to get these questions, right? So as you start filling out the forms, you'll start getting an idea of what you need to know and what they're looking for. So the answer is no, you don't need an immigration attorney to get a green card. Although, of course, it helps. Attorneys generally are experts in their area. Okay, I mean, they don't have to be an expert. There are some experts that are board certified, but what I'm talking about is that they're going to give you advice that's going to be able to push the process forward. Okay, so again, thank you very much. You have a good day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.